What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, video number 5. So if you are bored today on a Tuesday, staying at home against your will, there's plenty of spicy backlog for you here on the Quartering. I hope you'll peruse the other videos I uploaded today, watch them, enjoy them, leave a like on them, leave a comment on them, and then see me later tonight on a live stream around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, every time a new video game comes out, you'll always get a wide variety of great think pieces. Whether it's Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Nintendo Switch, whether it's Doom Eternal on the PC, whether it's Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PlayStation. No matter what the game is, you're going to have some hilariously bad takes. But as you all know, what we like to do here is laugh at those. We like to enjoy them. We like to share them around the internet. And we like to point and laugh. Now, DualShockers put out an article saying Animal Crossing Vegan Guide by PETA calls out unethical gameplay. Yes, Animal Crossing is unethical. Now, by the way, if you think PETA is anything but a horrible corporation, allow me to dispel that. They're horrible. This is coming from somebody with 3 cats, 2 fosters, and a dog. I would never give 1 red cent to PETA, and neither should you. They are to be mocked. They are to be laughed at. They are to be discredited, which is exactly what we're going to do today. Animal Crossing New Horizons is all about animals. The more I cover this, should I be buying this game? Seriously, I haven't turned on my Switch in like 3-4 months. Should I just charge it? Let me know. Should I just buy this? Should I buy this game? I'm starting to seriously get a bad case of FOMO here, fear of missing out. Everyone else is playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I'm not playing it. I don't like this feeling. Well, anyway, Animal Crossing New Horizons is all about animals. You're human. You're a human that wanders around the island with animals the same size as you. They can talk and wander around, but they're also creatures that are essentially normal and, essentially normal creatures that can't talk and just act like creatures act. Swimming like a fish, flapping like a butterfly. You get the gist. However, PETA has some things to say about the game's ethics and has issued a guide to explain how players should play the game as a vegan. As a disclaimer, the links in the guide when describing real-world events may be disturbing. According to PETA introduction, it aims to answer some of the tough ethical questions that the game presents. First up, it details that fishing in the game isn't ethical, stating that you shouldn't fish in reality, so performing this action in-game shouldn't be done. That's right. Look, I've been married to a vegetarian. In fact, I've dated vegetarians for more than 20 years, feels like. That's fine. They don't want to eat meat. They don't want to eat fish. That's cool. I do. And, nature does. It's interesting. What's unethical about a bear eating a salmon? Or, I don't know, any other fish? Or what about fish eating fish? I'm not sure. Is it unethical for a shark to eat a smaller non-shark? What about if a shark eats a shark? Is that also unethical? This is very confusing for me. Now, it's stating that you shouldn't fish in reality, so PETA state that your job is to protect your island, and capturing the fish to stick them in a museum is cruel and bad for the environment. It also calls to light how fish and bugs are disregarded as forms of entertainment for other villagers, and it seems to be left out in the community whether the animals or your human character can live in harmony. They also advise against building a doghouse, which comes with a bowl and a chain. That's rich coming from PETA, which puts down more animals anyway. Blathers the owl that runs your museum is also attacked, saying that you shouldn't donate the creatures to him as they'll end up captive within the walls of a beautiful looking building. PETA also says not to dig up clams that have burrowed in the sand. While it's unclear if they feel pain, they're good for the ecosystem in the real world, just not within the video game Animal Crossing New Horizons, where they only serve the purpose of being turned into fish bait. Oh, and the guide says that you need to cut Tom Nook some slack for exploiting you, and sends you a link on some facts about the way raccoons are treated. PETA doesn't point out that there are elements in the game. It does point out the game that there are elements of the game that are vegan friendly. The player can eat fruit, for example, which makes them strong enough to shatter rocks, as well as getting extra bells and resources from them. The company doesn't seem to be saying, don't play this game, but rather encouraging those just to leave the creatures alone and find another way of making your bells, and ignoring the museum. Of course, the museum does require building in order to progress the game, and to build it, players need to donate 5 creatures. Well, I suppose you cannot play the game. In fact, let's take a look at this absolute genius guide. Genius! This is according to PETA. Who cares, because you're a sham organization that shills money from the liberal elites to push a message of caring about animals when you really don't. With everyone quarantined at home and on social media more than ever, now you've probably heard about Nintendo's new game, Animal Crossing. Yeah, we've heard about it, PETA. This vegan guide to Animal Crossing New Horizons will help answer some of the tough ethical questions that the game presents, as well as give you tips on how to help real animals while living your island life. Is fishing in Animal Crossing New Horizons vegan? This is a biggie. Fishing isn't vegan. You shouldn't fish in real life. What about catch and release? What about that? Is that okay? So you shouldn't fish in the game. Sure, unlike real life, the fish in Animal Crossing New Horizons don't feel pain, but fishing is harmful to animals and the planet. This is your island, and it's your job to protect it, ripping the wildlife right out of their ocean home so you can donate them to Blathers so he can keep them captive in a tiny museum exhibits is not only cruel, but it's bad for the environment. In the real world, every year, anglers leave behind a trail of tackle victims that include millions of birds, turtles, dolphins, and other animals who swallow fish hooks or become entangled in fishing lines. Wildlife rehabilitators say that discarded fishing tackle is one of the greatest threats to aquatic animals. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. How about cruise lines pumping tens of thousands of gallons of raw sewage into the ocean? I think maybe that. How about huge corporations pumping it in too? I mean, I don't know. How about Garbage Island? How about the inordinate amount of plastic floating in the ocean? But what do I know? I don't work for PETA. Is it okay to catch bugs in Animal Crossing? From butterflies to horse roaches, your island is a bustling home for bugs and other little creatures. Keep it that way. Blathers would like to build a museum of bugs and fish on your island. Don't let him do it. Just as fish don't belong in tanks, bugs don't belong in tiny cases in a museum for other villagers to gawk at. Your island should be a place where wildlife is free to live without being captured and exploited in a museum. Do clams feel pain? On your island, you can dig for clams. Here's why you shouldn't. Clams are bivalves who may look less animal-like than other mammals, but they still deserve consideration and respect. They're capable of a surprising variety of behavior. Did you know? Clams can escape burrowing through sand. Although it may be unclear whether clams feel pain, they play a huge part in the ecosystem, so leave it alone. Should I leave the hermit crabs in Animal Crossing New Horizons alone? Hermit crabs love hanging out on the shore of Animal Crossing New Horizons Island. Leave them there! What would a vegan eat? Well, fruit, obviously. Apples, peaches, pears, cherries, coconuts, and oranges. Everything someone needs to survive. Is Tom Nook exploiting you? Tom Nook is a tanuki, a raccoon dog. Raccoon dogs are often ended for their fur. Tom Nook's family may have been beaten or butt electrocuted. What? 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 No. And give your island a animal-friendly utopian name, like end speciesism, adopt, don't shop, go vegan. I don't want to live in this world anymore. These people are insane.